people who are going to be listening to this recording. And welcome to Twelfth Night, as done by 5 Croakspeare people who were bored out of their minds. We start in Act 1, Scene 1, in Duke Orsino's palace. Duke Orsino, Curio, and other lords enter, and there's musicians attending.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. Ah, that strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odour. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity, receiveth as the sea, not enters there. Of what validity and pitch soever, but falls into abatement in low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is a fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What curio?
The hart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds e'er since pursue me.
Enter Valentine.
How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted. From her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view. If like a cloistress she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame, to pay this debt of love but to a brother? How will she love, when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her, when liver, brain, and heart, these sovereign thrones are all supplied, and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king? Away before me to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich when canopied with bowers.
All exit. Scene 2, the seacoast. Enter Viola, a captain, and sailors.
What country, France, is this?
Why, this is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother! And so perchance may he be.
True, madam. And to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, pined himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where like Orion on the dolphin's back I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfolded to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority, the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Why, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino?
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. But 4 months ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh and murmur, as you know. What great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
What's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love they say she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world till I had made my own vocation mellow, what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, Captain, and though that nature with a beauteous world doth oft flows in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits with this thy fair and outward character. I pray thee, I will pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as hath I shall become the form of my intent. Serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as an eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else may have to time I will commit, only shape thou silence to my wit.
Be you this eunuch, and your mute I'll be, when tongue blabs, and then let mine eyes not see.
Thank thee. Lead me on.
They exit. Scene 3, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Maria. What plague means my niece to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure cares an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in early all nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hour.
Why, let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too, and they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Oh, Sir Andrew Agcheek.
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any is in Illyria.
Was that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and prodigal.
Fie, you'll say so. He plays the viol de gamboys and speaks 3 or 4 languages, word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural, for besides that he's a fool, he's a great quarreler. And that he had the gift of a coward to allay the gas he hath in quarreling. This thought almost that prudent he would quickly have the gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
They add that, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece. I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat and drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brains turn out the toe like a parish top. What wench, Castellano vulgo! For here comes Sir Andrew Agaface. Enter Sir Andrew.
Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew!
Bless you, fair shrew.
And you too, sir.
Accost?
Sir Andrew, accost!
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Good mistress, accost. I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress, Mary, accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, board her, woo her, assail her.
By my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. What is the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And now let part so, Sir Andrew. Would thou mightst never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress. I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have not you by the hand.
Marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the battery bar and let it drink.
Wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I am not such an ass, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of them?
I, sir, I have them but at my fingers' ends. Marry, now I let go your hand. I am barren.
She exits. Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has. But I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that. I'd forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, and had I but followed the arts.
And thou then hast thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Oh, excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard by woos her.
She'll none of the Count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swear it, as life and man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revels sometimes altogether.
Art thou good at these kickshaws as knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard knight?
Faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before him? Are they like to take dusk, like Mistress Mull's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-colored stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus? That's sides and heart.
No, sir, it is legs and thighs. Let me see the caper. Ha! Higher! Excellent. They all exit. Scene 4, Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Valentine and Viola in man's attire.
If you continue these favors towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. I hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who says...
Duke Orsino, Curio, and attendants.
Who saw Cesario? Oh.
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul.
Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her, be not denied access, stand at her doors, and tell them, there thy fixed foot shall grow, till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds, rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it with better in thy youth than in nuncios of a more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it, for they shall yet belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him. All if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I will do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife, where I will myself would be his wife.
All exit. Scene 5. Olivia's house. Enter Maria, clown.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence. Let her be. He that in this world needs to fear no colors. Make that good. He shall not fear. A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colors. Where, good Mistress Mary? In the wars. And that may you be bold to see in your foolery. Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that let them use their talents. Yet you'll be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is not that as good as hanging to you? Many prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away let some bear it out. You are resolute then? No, neither. But I am resolved on 2 points. That if one break, the other will hold. Or, if both break, your gaskings fall. Ah, in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way if Sir Toby would live drinking, thou wert as sweety a piece of Eve's flesh than in Illyria. Peace, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady, make your excuse wisely. You are best.
He exits.
Wait, and be thy wits put me into good footing. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove false. And I, that I am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what's this quinaples? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit.
Olivio and Malvolio enter.
God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear? Dolls? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Go forward. Drink and consort will lament. For give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he meant, he is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the butcher mend him. Anything that is mended but is patched, a virtue that transgresses, is but with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that is simple syllogism will serve, so if it will not, what remedy? As there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty is a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bade them take away you.
Misprision in the degree. Lady, cocos non facit mognacum. That's to say as a well mostly in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good.
With your proof.
I must categorize you for it, Madonna. Good my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why manst thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
He is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
Madonna, the morning of brother's soul be in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him. Infirmity decays the wise, does ever make the better fool.
Yes, speedy infirmity for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for twopence that you are no fool.
What say you to that, Malvolio?
Marvel that your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ornery fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest. I take these wise men that crow so at these set of kind of fools no better than the fools, zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with his distempered appetite. Be generous, guiltless, and free, and of free disposition, is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There is no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail, nor no railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
No Mercury and you thee was leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Maria returns.
Madame, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak to you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. 'Tis a fair young man, and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you, he speaks nothing but madmen. Eye on him!
Maria exits.
O you, Malvolio, if it be a suit from the Count, I am sick, or not at home, what you will to dismiss it.
Malvolio exits.
Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old, and people dislike it.
Thou hast as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose sculpture crameth brains. For here he comes, one of thy kin most weak of via mater.
Sir Toby Belch enters.
In mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman?
Gentlemen! What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here. A plague of these pickle herring. How now, sot?
Good Toby,
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery. I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
Ay, Mary, what is he?
Let him be the devil any will. I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one. He exits.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
like a drunk man, a fool, and a madman. One draught above heat makes him a fool. The second masks him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit on my cuz. He's in the third degree of drink, he's drowned. Oh, look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
The clown exits. Malvolio returns.
Madam, yond young fellow swears he will speak with you. Told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. Told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? Is fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so, and he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
I, of mankind.
What manner of man?
Very ill manner. Speak with you, will you or no?
What personage in years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, or young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peas cod, or cooling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favoured, and he speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Malvolio exits and Maria returns.
Give me my veil. Throw it over my face. Will once more hear Orsino's embassy.
Enter Viola and attendants.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me, I shall answer for her. Will,
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty, I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loth to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable, even to the least sinister usage.
whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not assert myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do assert yourself. For what is yours bestow is not yours to reserve, but this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. Forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
Is the more like to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way. No, good swabber. I am to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant, sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am my messenger.
Sure you have some hideous matter to deliver, and the courtesy of it is so fearful. Take your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as far of peace as matter.
But you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead to your ears divinity and to others profanation.
Leave us the place alone. We'll hear this divinity.
Maria and the attendants all exit.
Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady,
Comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
in Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. but we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present, is it not well done?
Olivia removes her veil.
Excellently done, if God did all.
In grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, and if you will lead these graces to the grave, and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. Will give out divers schedules of my beauty. Shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labeled to my will, as item 2 lips indifferent red, item 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Where were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are too proud. But if you are the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. All such love could not be but recompensed, though you are crowned the non-peril of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adoration's fertile tears, with groans and that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
The Lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person, but yet I cannot love him. Might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life in your denial, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
I would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house, write loyal cantons of contempt love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and cry, and make it the bubbling gossip of the air, cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
I might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless perchance he'll come to me again. Tell me how he takes it. Are you well? I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am not fit post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint that you shall love, and let your fervor, like your master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
Viola exits.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art, thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon. Not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections, with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Malvolio enters.
Yeah, madam, at your service.
And after that same peevish messenger, the county's man, left this ring behind him. Die or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold him up with hopes. I am not for him. If that youth will come this way tomorrow, I'll give him reasons for it. By thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
He exits.
Do I know not what, and fear to find mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate show thy force, ourselves we do not owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
She exits. Act 2, Scene 1, The Seacoast. Enter Antonio and Sebastian.
Will you stay no longer? Or will you not that I go with you?
By your patience now. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I shall crave of you your leave that I may bear my evils alone. If it were it were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Let me yet know of you whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, it charges me in manners the rather to express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messalin, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas the day.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many accounted beautiful. But though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that, yet thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her with remembrance again, with more.
Pardon me, sir, your bad entertainment.
Oh, good Antonio, forgive me your trouble.
You will not murder me for my love. Let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare ye well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother, that upon the least occasion more mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell. He exits.
Gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court. Else I would very shortly see thee there. But, come what may, I do adore thee so, that danger shall seem sport, and I will go.
He exits. Scene 2. A street. Enter Viola with Malvolio following.
Are you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will have none of him, and, one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring of me, I'll none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
He exits.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed so much that sure methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak in start distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, sure better love a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fate? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fought as much on him and she. mistaken seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am a man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am a woman. Now, alas, the day what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia break. O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard and not for me to untie.
Viola exits. Scene 3, Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Sir Andrew. Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes, and diloculo sugere, thou knowest.
Nay, by troth, I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight is, and to go to bed then, is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the 4 elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marian, I say, a stoup of wine. The clown enters.
Here comes the fool, i'faith.
Did you see the picture of Wilfrey?
Welcome, ass. Now, let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. Had rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing, as the fool has. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night, when thou spokest of Pigrogravitus, of the Vapians, passing the equinoctial of Cubus. 'Twas very good faith. I sent thee 6 pence for thy lemon. Hadst it?
Sympathicus thy gratuity, for my nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white house, and the myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent. Why, this is the best fooling, when all is done. Now a song.
Come on, there's 6 pence for you. Let's have a song.
There's a 10th strophe of me too. If one night give up.
What is a love song? Song of good life.
I love song, I love song.
I care not for good life.
Oh, stay here, your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, baby, sweeping, journeys and with lovers meeting, every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good. Faith.
Good, good.
What is love? The star hereafter, present birth, hath present laughter. What's to come is to unsure in delay. There lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Yours a staff will not endure.
A mellifluous voice, as I am true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious. Faith.
To hear by the nose, it is dulcet in contagion. Shall we make the welkin dance indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw 3 souls out of one weaver? How shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I am a dog and a catch.
And some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be thou, knave.
Hold thy peace, knave knight. Shall be constrained to call thee knave knight.
'Tis not the first time I have constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never begin if I hold my peace.
Good. Faith, come, begin.
The catch is sung by the group. Maria enters.
What a cater walling do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's a Catayan. We are politicians. Malvolio's a beggar Ramsay, and 3 merry men be we. Am not I consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley lady, there dwelt a man in Babylon, lady, lady.
The knight seemed rather fooling.
Aye, he does well enough if he be disposed. And so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace!
Malvolio enters.
My masters, are you mad? What are you? Be no wits, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an ale house of my lady's house, that you squeak out your cosy as catches without any mitigation or remorse of voice? Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you?
We did keep times in our catches. Sneak up.
Sir Toby, I must be round with you. The lady bade me tell you that, though she harbours you as her kinsman, she's nothing aligned to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your demeanours, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby. His eyes to show us days are almost done.
Stephen so?
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
It's much credit to you.
Shall I bid him go?
What if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
No, you dare not.
Heartitude, sir, ye lie. Not any more than a steward. Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
Yes, and ginger shall be hot in their mouth too.
Thou to the right. Go, sir. Rub your chin with crumbs. A stoup of wine, Maria.
Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favour at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Malvolio stomps out.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere as good a deed as to drink when a man's a-hungry, to challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge. Or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight, since the youth of the Count was today with thy lady. She is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me along with him. If I do not call him into nayword, and make him in a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Nay, sir, sometimes he is a kind of Puritan.
Oh, if I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? Thy exquisite reason, dear knight?
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser. An affection ass that comes straight without book and utters it by great swerves. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies that is his grounds of faith that all that look on him love him. And on advising him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What will thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Oh, excellent. I smell a device.
I have it in my nose too.
He shall think by the letters thou wilt drop that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
And your horse now would make him an ass.
I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
Sport Royal, I warrant you, I know my physical work with him. I will plant you two and let the fool make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night to bed, and dream of the event. Farewell.
Maria exits. Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
Oh, she's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou hadst need send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I am a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou hast not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come, I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight. They all exit. Scene 4, Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Duke Orsino, Viola, Curio, and others.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario. But that piece of song, that old and antique song that we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much. More than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship that sing it.
Who was it?
Feste the jester, my lord, a fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Oh, seek him out, and play the tune the while.
Curio exits. Music begins to play.
Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in sweet pangs of it remember me. For such as I am all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seas where love is throned.
Thou dost speak masterly, my life upon it. Young thou, though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favour that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years, i' faith?
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven. Let still the woman take an elder than herself, so she wears to him. So wears she to him. So sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And so they are, alas, that they are so. To die even when they to perfection grow.
Curio returns with the clown.
Oh, fellow, come and saw the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters of the sun, and the free maids that weave the
their thread with bones do use to chant it. It is silly smooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Sir,
Aye, prithee, sing.
There is music and song.
come, come, and in sad surprise let me be laid. Fly away, friend. I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white to go with you. Oh, prepare it. My bird of breath, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet on my black coffin, let there be strong. Not a friend greet by good poor gods, where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to say, lay me away. Such a lover never find my way to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No, sir, I take thinking, sir.
I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now be protect thee, and the tailor make thou tablet changeable taffeta, for thy mind is a very opal. I want men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything, and their intent everywhere, for that's it, that always make a good voyage of nothing. Farewell.
He exits.
Let's all give place.
Curio and the attendants also leave.
One more, Cesario. Get thee to yon some sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes not quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so answered.
sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart, as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her, you tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There's no women's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. No motion of the liver, but the palate that suffers suffice, cloyment and revolt. But mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
I know.
What dost thou know?
To well what love woman to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man. As it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should, your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but her concealment, like a worm in a bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pinned in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? Women may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too. And yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her in haste, give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place. Bide no delay.
They all exit. Scene 5, Olivia's garden. Enter Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian. Come thy ways, Signor Fabian.
Nay, I'll come. If I lose a scruple of this sport, let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly rascally sheep-biter come by some notable shame?
I would exult, man, you know. He brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again. We will fool him back black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Oh, here comes the little villain. Maria enters. How now, my medal of India?
Get ye all free into Box Street. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there.
He throws down a letter.
For here comes a trout that must be caught with pickling.
She exits. Malvolio enters.
There's but fortune. All is fortune. Once told me she did affect me. And I have heard herself come thus near that, should she fancy, it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on't?
Oh, he is an overweening rogue.
Peace. Contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. How he jets under his advanced plumes.
Slight, I could so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
Be Count Malvolio.
How rogue.
Pistol him.
Peace, peace.
There is example for't. Lady of the Strachey married a yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel.
Oh, peace. Now he's deeply in. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state,
Oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye.
calling my officers around me in my branched velvet gown, having come from the daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping.
Fire and brimstone.
Oh, peace. Peace.
Oh, then to have the humour of the state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs. To for my kinsman Toby.
Bolts and shackles.
Oh, peace, peace, peace. Ow. Ow.
7 of my people with an obedient start make out for him. I frown the while, perchance wind up watch, or play with my some rich jewel. Toby approaches, curtsies there to me.
Shall this fellow live?
Oh, our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace.
I extend my hand to him thus, pinching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control.
Does not Toby take you a blow with the lips, then?
Saying, Cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast on me your niece give me this prerogative of speech.
What? What?
You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we break the sinews of our plot.
Besides, You waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
That's me, I warrant you.
On Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
He picks up the letter.
Oh, is the woodcock near the gin?
How peace and the spirit of humor intimate reading aloud to him.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's, and her T's, and thus she makes her P's. It is in contempt of question her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why's that?
Who? The unknown beloved. My good wishes. Her very phrases. By your leave. Wax. Soft. And the impressure her Lucretia, with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him liver and all.
Ove knows I love. But who? Lips do not move. No man must know. No man must know. What follows? The numbers altered. No man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio,
Marry, hang thee, Brock.
I may command where I adore. Silence, like a Lucretian knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
Fustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I.
M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
And with what wingless Staniel checks at it.
May command where I adore. She may command me, I serve her. She is my lady. Aye, this is evident to any formal capacity. There is no obstruction in this. In the end, what should the alphabetical position portend? If I could make that resemble something in me, softly. M-O-A-I.
Oh, I make that up, that. He's not a cold scent.
Daughter will cry upon it for all this, though it be as rank as a fox.
M. Malvolio. M. By that begins my name.
Not I say he would work it out. The cur is excellent at faults.
M. But then there is no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow. O does.
The O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh.
And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had any eye behind you, you might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes before you.
M-O-A-I. Simulation is not as the former, and yet to crush this a little would bow to me, for every one of these letters are in my name. Soft follows prose. This fall into thy hand, volve. My stars, I am above thee. Be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their head, thy blood and spirit embrace them, to inure thyself to what thou art like to be. Cast thy humble slough and appear fresh. Opposite kinsman, surly with servants, let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee, that sighs for thee. Rended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember, so too thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, for the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee. The fortunate, unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash off gross acquaintance. I will be point device the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me, for every reason excites to this that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late, she did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love, and with a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange, stout in yellow stockings and cross-garters, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Here yet is a postscript. Choose to know who I am. If thou entertainst my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore, in my presence, still smile, dear my sweet. I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile, I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
He exits.
I will not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophie.
I could marry this wench for this device,
So could I too.
and ask no other dowry with her but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble gull catcher.
Maria returns. Oh, wilt thou set thy foot on my neck?
Or oh mine either.
Oh, shall I play my freedom at Tatrip and become thy bond slave?
I faith or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings and tricolor sheep horse, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
They all leave. Act 3, Scene 1, Olivia's garden. Enter Viola and Clown with a tabor.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor? No, sir, by church. Art thou a churchman? No, sir. I do live in the church, but I do live at my house, and my house stands by the church. So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him. Or, the church stands by thy tabor, if thy tabor stands by the church. You have said, sir, to see at this age, a sentence is but a chivalrous glove to a good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward! Nay, that is certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton. Ask therefore my sister had no name, sir. Why, man? Why, sir? Her name's a word, and to die with that, I'd make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgrace them. Very reason, man. Trust, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false. I am loath to prove reason with them. I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing. Not so, sir. I do care for something, but in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would make you invisible. Art thou the Lady Olivia's fool? No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no body. She will keep no fool, sir, till she be married, and fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to herrings. The husband's the bigger. I need not her fool, but her characters of words. I saw thee late at Count Orsino's. Foolery, sir! The smoke about the orb like the sun, and it shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as soft as your master is with my mistress. I think I stand there. Nay, and thou passed upon me. I'll no more thee, hold there's expenses for thee. Now, Jove, in this next commodity of her, send thee a beard. By my troth, I'll tell thee, I am almost sick for one, although I would not have it grow on my chin. Is your lady within? Would not a pair of these bread, sir? Yes, but being kept together and put to use. I would lay Lord of Phrygia, sir, to bring Cressida to be destroyless. I understand you, sir. Slow bait. The matter, I hope, is not great, sir. Begging a beggar. Cressida was a beggar. My lady is within, sir. I will come to the time whence you come. Who you are and what you would are out of my welkin. I might say element, but the word is overworn.
The clown exits.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. He must observe the mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons at that time, and like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as once man's art, but for folly, that he wisely shows its fit. But wise men, folly fallen, quite taint their wit.
Sir Toby Belch and Sir Andrew enter. Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir?
Dieu vous garde, monsieur.
Et si, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she's the least of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them to motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir. To enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented.
Olivia and Maria enter.
Most excellent accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That's a youth. That youth's a rare courtier. Rain odors? Well.
My mother had no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors? Pregnant? And vouchsafed? I'll get 'em all three already.
Let the garden door be shut and leave me to my hearing.
Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Maria all exit.
Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and my most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. Was never merry world since lowly feigning was called compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino you.
And he is yours, and he must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him I think not on him. For his thoughts, that they were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to wet your gentle thoughts on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady,
Give me leave, beseech you. I did send, after the last enchantment you did here, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, thy servant, and I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit, to force that on you, in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honour at the stake, and baited it with all the unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? To one of your receiving enough is shown, a cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's a degree to love.
No, not a grace, but for 'tis a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then, methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor are to be proud! If one should be a prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf?
The clock strikes.
Clock upbraids me with the waste of time. Be not afraid, good youth, I will not have you, and yet, then when wit and youth is come to harvest, your were is alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way, due west.
Then westward ho, grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You're nothing, madam, to my lord by me.
Stay, I prithee tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right, I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in the contempt and anger of his lip! Murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love that would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Rosario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause, but rather reason thus with reason fetter. Love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth. And that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam, never more will I my master's tears to deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayst move that heart, which now abhors to like his love.
They all exit. Scene 2, Olivia's house. Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian enter.
No, faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom. Give thy reason.
Must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece do more favors to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I saw it I the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was a good argument of love in her toward you.
Slight. Will you make an ass of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jurymen since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favor to the youth in your sight, only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse with valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. should then have accosted her, and with some excellent jests fire new from the mint, you should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for you at your hand, and this was balked. Double glit of this opportunity you let time wash off, and you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt either of valor or policy.
And be any way, it must be with valor. For policy I hate. I had as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then, build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can more prevail in man's commendation with woman than report of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and fun of invention. Taunt him with a license of ink. If thou thou'st him some thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of ware in England. Set him down. Go about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen, no matter, about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubiculo. Go! Sir Andrew exits.
This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
Oh, I have been dear to him, lad, some 2,000 strong or so.
You shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Oh, never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. But Andrew, if he were opened, and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears in his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Maria enters. Oh, look where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Your gold Malvolio is turned heathen, a very regalo, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing correctly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He is in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered?
Most villainously, like a pedant that kisses school in the church. I have dogged him, like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines that is in the new map with the augmentations of the E. You have not seen such a thing as this. I can hardly forbear hurling things on him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take for a great favor.
Oh, come, bring us where he is. They all exit. Scene 3, a street. Enter Sebastian and Antonio. I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you. Antonio? Hello?
I could not stay behind you, my desire. More sharp than filed steel did spur me forth, and not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage, but jealousy that might befall your travel. Being skilless in these parts, which to a stranger, unguided and unfriended, often prove rough and unhospitable, my willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. And thanks. And ever oft good turns are shuffled off with such uncurrent pay. But what my forth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Best first to go see your lodging.
I am not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials and the things of fame that do renown this city.
As you pardon me, do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys, I did some service, of such note indeed, that were I ta'en here, it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
Offence is not of such a bloody nature, albeit in the quality of the time and quarrel, might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did, only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not walk then too open.
Doth not fit me. Oh, sir, here's my purse. The south suburbs at the Elephant is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There you shall have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase. The store, I think, is not for idle markets, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
The Elephant.
I do remember. They all exit. Scene 4, Olivia's garden. Enter Olivia and Maria.
They have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? Bestow of him? Youth is bought more oft than begged or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? Sad and civil and suits well for a servant with my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's going, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Aye, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam. He does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to save some guard about you if he come. For sure the man is tainted in his wits.
Go call him hither.
Maria exits.
I am as mad as he, sad and merry madness equal be.
Maria returns with Malvolio.
Well now, Malvolio,
Sweet lady, ho ho!
vilest thou? I sent for thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady? I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it please the eye for one, it is with me, as the very true sonnet is, please one, please all.
How dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and the command shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed, aye, sweetheart, and I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee! Why dost thou smile so and kiss thy hand so oft?
How do you, Malvolio?
At your request. Yes, nightingales answer doors.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness, as well writ.
Meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great. Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
Some have greatness thrust upon 'em.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings,
and wished to see thee cross-gartered.
not bartered.
Oh, Thou art maid, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
This is very midsummer madness.
A servant enters.
Madam, the young country gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly retreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him.
The servant leaves.
Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for the half of my dowry.
Olivia and Maria exit.
Oh, you come near me now. No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter she sends him. Concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that letter. Cast thy humble slough, says she, be opposite with kinsmen, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang with arguments of the state, put thyself into the trick of singularity, and consequently sets down the manner how, as a sad face, a reverend carriage, a slow tongue, in the habit of some sir of note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it's Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together, that no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospect of my hope. Well, Jove, not I is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Maria enters with Sir Toby Belch and Fabian. Oh, which way is he, in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possessed him, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is, here he is. How is it with you, sir? How is it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how whole Finn speaks within him. Did not I tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have a care of him.
Aha, does she so?
Go to, go to. Peace, peace. We must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How is't with you? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
You know what you say.
Lie ill, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning, if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
Oh, now, mistress.
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness, gently, gently. Fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my barcock? How dost thou chuck?
Sir.
Aye, Biddy, come with me. What, man? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
I prayers minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Oh, hang yourselves all. Idle, shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Malvolio leaves. Is't possible?
If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as improbable fiction.
His very genius has taken the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take and
We shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. When we may carry it thus, for our pleasure and his penance, till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see, but see. Sir Andrew enters.
No matter for a May morning.
Here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, is it? I warrant him. But read.
Give me. Youth whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind why I do call thee so, for I will show thee no reason for it.
A good note that keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Olivia, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But thou liest in thy throat. That is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief, and two exceeding good suits less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thou killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself, thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Agacheek. If this letter move him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And, as thou drawest, swear horrible. For it comes to pass oft that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away!
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Sir Andrew exits. Now will not I deliver this letter? For the behaviour of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. His employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Agacheek a notable report of valour, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, into a most hideous opinion of his rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices. Olivia re-enters with Viola.
Here he comes with your niece. Give them way till he take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge. Sir Toby Belch, Fabian, and Maria all exit.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honour too unchary out. There's something in me that reproves my fault. Such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that is but mocks reproof.
With the same hager that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me, 'tis my picture. Refuse it not. It hath no tongue to vex you, and I beseech you come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny, that honour saved may upon asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honour may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
I'll come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee may bear my soul to hell.
Olivia exits, and Sir Toby Belch and Fabian return. Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir?
That defence thou hast, but take thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs thou hast done him, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, Bloody as the hunter attends thee at the orchard, and dismount thy tuck. Be here in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skilful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offence done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier and on carpet consideration, but he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies hath he divorced 3, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I am no fighter. I have heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no, his indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, on, or strip your sword stark naked, for meddle you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the knight what my offence to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return. Sir Toby exits.
Pray you, sir, do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament. Nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of a man is he?
Nothing of that wonderful promise to read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valor. Is indeed, sir, the most skilful, bloody, and fatal opposite that you could possibly have found in any part of Illyria. You walk towards him. I will make your peace with him if I can.
I'll be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not who knows so much of my metal.
They all exit. Sir Toby Belch with Sir Andrew enter. Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Pox on it. How the meddle with him?
Ay, but he will not now be pacified. Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it! And I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence. I'd have seen him damned ere I have challenged him. Let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here, make a good show on't. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Marry, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. Re-enter Fabian and Viola. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is as horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale as if a bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight you for oath's sake. Marry, he hath better bethought him of his quarrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore draw, for the supportance of his vow. He protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
ground if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot, by the duello, avoid it. But he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, to it.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I do assure you, this against my will.
They draw and fight. Enter Antonio.
Put up your sword. This young gentleman have done offence, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir? Why, what are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you. They draw. Enter the officer. Sorry, I lost one.
Oh, good Sir Toby, hold! Here come the officers!
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Very will I, sir, and for that I promise you, I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily, and reigns well.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee at the suit of Count Orsino.
You mistake me, sir.
No, sir, no jot. I know your favour well. Though now you have no sea cap on your head, take him away. He knows I know him well.
Must obey. This comes with seeking you. There's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat of you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and but being prompted by your present trouble, out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Hold, there's half of my coffer.
You deny me now. Possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion. Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none, nor I know you by voice or any feature. I have ingratitude more in a man than lying vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any kind of vice, whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, leaved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, I did devotion.
What's that to us? The time goes by. Away!
But how vile an idol proved this god! How has Sebastian done good feature shame? In nature there is no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks, o'erflourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, come, sir.
Lead me on.
Antonio exits with the officers.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself, so do not I. Prove true imagination, oh prove true that I, dear brother, be now taken for you.
Come hither, knight, come hither. Fabian, we'll whisper over a couplet or two of most sage soul.
He named Sebastian. I, my brother, know yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Or, if it proved tempests are kind and salt waves brushing love.
Viola exits. A very dishonest paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here, and necessity in denying him. And for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
Coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Slade, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not. Huh?
See the event.
I dare lay any money 'twill be nothing yet. They all exit. Act 4, Scene 1, before Olivia's house. Enter Sebastian and
Believe that I sent for you.
Go to, go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well, hold on. Ifaith. No, I do not know you, nor I am sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor your name is Master Cesario, nor this is my nose neither. Nothing that is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou know'st not me.
Vent my folly. He hath heard that word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I am afraid this great lover the world will prove a cockney. I prithee now, and gird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There's money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give you worse payment.
By my to us an open hand. These wise men that give fools money to get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Sir Andrew, Sir Toby Belch, and Fabian enter.
Now, sir, have I met you again? There's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there, and there. Are all the people mad? Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger on the house.
Please tell my lady straight. I will not be in some of your costs for twopence.
The clown exits. Come on, sir. Hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him, if there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first. Yet it's no matter for that.
Let go thy hand. Come, sir, I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier, put up your iron. You are well fleshed. Come on. I will be free from thee. What wouldst thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword. What? Nay, then I must have an ounce or two of this Malapad blood from you. Enter Olivia.
Hold, Toby. On thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam.
Will it be ever thus, ungracious wretch? For the mountain and the barbarous caves where manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight. Not offended, dear Cesario. Wouldst be begone.
Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian all exit.
I prithee, gentle friend, let thy fair wisdom, not thy passion, sway in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, and that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not but choose but go, do not deny. Shrew his soul for me, started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad, or else this a dream? Let fancy still my sense in lathe steep. If it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I prithee. Let thou'st be ruled by me.
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be.
They exit. Scene 2, Olivia's house. Enter Maria and the clown.
I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Thopas the curate. Do it quickly, I'll call Sir Toby the whiles.
Maria exits.
Well, I'll put it on and I will dissemble myself in it. And I would wear the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I am not tall enough to become the function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student, but to be said an honest and a good housekeeper goes as far to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter.
Sir Toby Belch and Maria enter. Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Buenos dias, Sir Toby, for as the old hermit of Prague that never saw pen and ink very readily said to a niece of King Cortabok, that is. So, I being a master parson, and master parson, for what is that but that and is but it.
To him, Sir Tobias.
What I say, please reason.
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir was the curate, who comes to this Malvolio the lunatic.
The Topaz. The Topaz. Good Sir Topaz, go to my lady.
Oh, fiend, how that is man? Does know nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topaz, never was a man thus wronged. Good Sir Topaz, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Then I call thee by the most terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Seest thou house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topaz.
White bay windows transparent as shadows, and the clear stones fall toward the south-north as are as lustrous as ebony, and yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topaz. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madman to earth! I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell. And I say there were never man thus abused. More mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our grandam might haply habit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou disposes the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Topaz? The Topaz!
My most exquisite Sir Topaz.
Nay, for all waters. Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thine own voice, and bring me word how thou findest him. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would he were, for I am now so foul an offence with my niece, that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber. Sir Toby Belch and Maria exit.
Hey, Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Malvolio? Okay.
Fool, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
My
sorry.
lady is unkind, birdie.
Fool!
That's why she's so.
Fool, I say!
She loves another. Who calls her?
Good fool, as ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen and ink and paper. As I am a gentleman, I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Folio.
Aye, good fool.
And what, sir? I thought, besides your 5 wits,
Fool, there never was a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
but then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have property me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, asses, and do all they can to face me out of my wits.
So you say, the minister is here, Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore, endeavor thyself to sleep, and leave thy vain people babble.
Sir Topaz!
Maintain no words with him, good fellow. Who I, sir? Not I, sir. God be with us, good Sir Topaz. Mary, amen. I will, sir, I will.
Fool, 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 I say!
Sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I shan't speaking with you.
Fool, help me to some light and some paper. I tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
What a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
Hope you tell it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you but counterfeit?
Leave me, I am not. I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite thee in the highest degree. Prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir, I will be with you again, lean thrice, like to the old vice. Your need to say who with dagger or laugh, in his rage and his wrath cries, up to the devil, like a mad lad. There thy nails, dad. Adieu, good man, devil.
He exits. Scene 3, Olivia's garden. Enter Sebastian. This is the air, that is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. No, 'tis wonder what enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit, that he did range the town to seek me out. His counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness, yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady's mad. Yet, if 'twere so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs in their dispatch, with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. But here the lady comes. Enter Olivia and priest.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man into the chantry by. There before him and underneath that consecrated roof, light me the full assurance of your faith. May my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. Shall conceal it, as you are willing it shall come to note. What time will we our celebration keep according to my birth? What do you say?
I'll follow this good man and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be true.
And lead the way, good father, and heavens so shine that they may fairly note this act of mine.
They all exit. Act 5, Scene 1, before Olivia's house. Enter Clown and Fabian.
Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter.
Good Master Fabian, grant me another request.
Anything.
Do not desire to see this letter.
This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again.
Enter Duke Orsino, Viola, Curio, and Lords.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir. We are some trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir, the better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes plainly I am an ass. So that by my foe, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friend I abuse. So that conclusions to be as kisses. If your 4 negatives make your 2 affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
Sure, sir, no. Can it please you to be one of my friends?
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that would be double dealing, sir. You could make it another.
Oh, you could give me ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
3 more attention. It's a good play. And the old saying is, the third pays for all. The triplex, sir, is a good tripping measure. Or the bells of Saint Bennet, sir. May put you in mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, do not to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I would not have it to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness. But, as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awake it anon.
The clown exits.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet when I saw it last, I was besmeared, as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he the captain of, for a shallow draught in bulk unprizable, with which such unscathful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honour on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, that that is that Antonio that took the Phoenix and her fraught from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not, 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou salt-water thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou in terms so bloody and so dear hast made thine enemies?
See no noble sir. Please that I shake off these names you give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate. Oh, I confess on base and ground enough. Orsino's enemy. Witchcraft drew me hither. Most ungrateful boy there by your side. The rude seas enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem. A wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love, without retention or restraint. All his in dedication, for his sake did I expose myself, or for his love into the danger of this adverse town. To defend him when he was beset, being apprehended his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing, while one would wink. Denied me my own purse, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this town?
Hey, my lord. For 3 months before. No interim, not a minute's vacancy. Both day and night did we keep company.
Olivia enters with attendants.
Here comes the Countess. Now heaven walks on earth, but for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this young youth had tended upon me, but more of that anon. Take him aside.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam,
Gracious Olivia.
Say you, Cesario. Good my lord.
my lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it be aught to the old tune, my lord, as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul the faithfulest offerings have breathed out, that ere devotion tendered. What shall I do?
Even what it please my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not had I the heart to do it, like to the Egyptian thief, at point of death kill what I love? A savage jealousy that sometimes savours nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favour. Live you the marble-breasted tyrant still, but this your minion, whom I know you love, and whom, by heaven I swear, I tender dearly, him will I tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me, my thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, despite a raven's heart within a dove.
And I, most jocund, apt and willingly, to do your rest, 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I loved his eyes, more than my life. More by all mores than I e'er shall love wife. If I do feign, your witnesses above, banish my life for tainting of my love.
Ay me, detested! How am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth thy holy father.
Come, away.
Hither, my lord. Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
Aye, husband, and he that deny?
Her husband, Sirrah.
Not my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Pick thy fortunes up. See that thou know'st thou art, and then thou art as great as thou art fierce.
The priest enters.
O welcome, Father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold, though lately we intended to keep in darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and me.
A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of your lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of this compact, sealed in my function, by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have travelled but 2 hours.
O thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? O that else thy craft so quickly grow, that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, though thou hast too much fear.
For the god of love, certain, send one presently, so Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help, I had rather than 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman one, Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate.
My gentleman Cesario.
Oh, it's lifeling, here he is. You broke my head for nothing, and that I did. I was not to do it to my Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause. But I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing but a bloody coxcomb.
Sir Toby Belch and the clown enter.
Here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more, but if he had not been in drink, he would have tickled you other gates than he did.
How now, gentlemen, how is't with you?
That's all one. Has hurt me, and there's the end on it. Sot. Did see Dick Surgeon, sot.
Oh, he's drunk! Sir Toby, another gone. His eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Oh, then he's a rogue. The Percy Measures pennon. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who has made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because, well, we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? An asshead and a coxcomb and a knave. A thin-faced knave, a gull.
Let him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
The clown, Fabian, Sir Toby Belch, and Sir Andrew all exit, while Sebastian enters. I am sorry, madam. I've hurt your kinsman. But had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and 2 persons. And 2 persons? A natural perspective, that is, and is not.
Antonio! Oh, my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you...
Fear'st thou that, Antonio?
Or have you made division of yourself? Nathal cleft in 2 is not more twin than these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand here, there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity in my nature, of here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of Charity, what kin are you to me? What countryman? What name? What parentage?
Of Messalin. Sebastian was my father. Such Sebastian was my brother too. So when he suited to his watery tomb, if spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fight us.
Spirit I am indeed, but am in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate. Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola, from her birth, had numbered 13 years.
Oh, that record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing less to make us happy both, but this my masculine absorbed attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, virtue to go here and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town, where I lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady, that you have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew in that you would have been contracted to a maid. Nor are you therein by my life deceived. You are betrothed both to a maid and man.
Be not amazed, right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times thou never shouldst love woman like to me.
And all those things will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that orbed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand. Let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, and gentleman, and a follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither. And yet, alas, now I remember me, they say, poor gentleman, he's much distract.
The clown re-enters with a letter and with Fabian.
Most extracting frenzy of mine own from my remembrance clearly banished his. How does he, sirrah?
He holds Beelzebub as at the staves and as well as a man in his case may do. Has he read a letter to you? I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospels, so its skills not match when they are delivered.
Open it and read it.
Look then to be well identified when the fool delivers the matter. Madam.
How now? Art thou mad?
No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox.
Thee, read as I write wits.
So I do, Madonna, but to read these right wits is to read thus. Therefore, prepare my princess and give ear.
Read it you, sirrah. By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Oh, you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not but to do myself much right, or you much shame. Think of me as you please. I leave my duty a little unthought of and speak out of my injury. Madly used Malvolio. Did you write this?
This savours not much of distraction.
Him delivered, Fabian. Bring him hither.
Fabian leaves.
My lord, so please you, these things further thought on, to think me as well a sister as a wife. One day shall cry the alliance on it, so please you, here at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
Sister, who are she?
Fabian returns with Malvolio.
Is this the madman?
Ay, my lord, this same. How now, Malvolio?
Adam, you have done me wrong. Wrong.
For I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. You ruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, if you can, in hand or phrase. Or say, 'tis not your seal nor your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honour, why you have given me such clear lights of favour, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people, and in acting an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house, visited by the priest, and made the most notorious geck and gull that e'er invention played on? Tell me why.
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Oh, I confess, much like the character, that out of question 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she first told me thou wast mad, and camest in smiling, and in such forms which here are presupposed upon thee in the letter. Thee, be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee. But when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause. Good madam, hear me speak. Let no quarrel, no nor brave to come, taint the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. In hope it shall not, most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio here, upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense whereof he hath married her. How with a sportful malice it was followed, they rather pluck on laughter than revenge. If that the injuries must be justly weighed, then have on both sides passed. Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee?
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I would say in this interlude, was there Toba, but that's all one. By the Lord, fool, I am not mad. But do you remember? Madam, why love you at such a barren rascal? And you say what? He's gagged, and thus the whirlgig of time brings in his revenges.
I'll be revenged. The whole pack of you.
Malvolio storms out.
Hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we'll not part from hence. Cesario, come. For so you shall be while you are a man, but when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen.
They all exit except for the clown.
When that I was and a little tiny boy, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain, the foolish thing was but a toy. But for the rain it rained every day, but when I come to man's estate with hey-ho, etc. Kings, knaves, and policemen shut their gate for the rain, and etc. But when I came, alas, to life with hey-ho, etc. By slaughtering I could I never pray for the rain, and etc. But when I came into my bed with hey-ho, etc. Those spots I still had drunken heads for the rain, and etc. And a great while ago, the world began with hey-ho, etc. But that's all when our play is done, and we strive to please you every day.
And that's the end of Twelfth Night.
Nailed it!
Applause!
Okay, so because this isn't like full stream, there's no raids, there's nothing like that. But I do want to quickly just go over who played as who, and then we can call it. So, I guess since I'm at the top of the Croaker, we can put it in. We're putting in the text and post anyways because of how hastily this was done. But hi, I'm Casper. I played Duke Orsino, Sir Andrew Agachik, and the priest, and there's one other character. I'm like blanking now. I did a line of Antonio, but I think that was it then.
Weren't you also the captain?
Right, I was the captain in scene 2. I remember now. I have been paying attention this entire time and not dying because of how stressful it's been. I passed the torch. Go, Cheesable.
All right, I am Cheeseable. I played Curio. I played the first officer. I played Sebastian and Sir Toby, and I also provided the narration.
Hello, I'm Sarah. Played Malvolio, Antonio, so 2 people with those, and also the servant. Had a lot of fun.
Folks, I am Nicola. I played Viola, who is also Cesario. I played also the clown with a very high-pitched voice and songs that aren't the happiest at some moments. And I also played Maria in a voice that I tried to be lower than to make lower than mine usually is. Probably didn't.
And last but not least.
Last but not least, I'm Celeste. I played Olivia, Fabian, and Valentine.
Yeah, thank you all for listening. And if you want to hear more of this, you can always go to twitch.tv/Croakspeare Theater Co. And you can always find more plays. There are tons of VODs on both this channel and over there if you want to catch highlights of monologues and stuff like that. Yeah, thank you and hope you had a great day. We'll see you guys very soon.